Sorry.
It is late night. My baby is tired. But we're going to go ahead and go right into our question segment. Again, you're watching Trey and Tonya's Loveology, Season 2, Episode 5. Are you crying?
No, I yawned. It made me tear.
You sad?
No, I'm not. Far from that. First question is coming from, is that Texas?
Texas.
Okay. First question coming from Texas. It says, hey, TNT. Wow, you guys are something else in my Kevin Hart voice. But I do love your show. Been watching it faithfully at work. Shh, don't tell my boss. But my first question goes to Trey. Not so much a question on love, but on life. On your first episode, you introduce yourself as a 4th grade teacher actively seeking your PhD, which is what I've wanted to do for I don't know how long. I'm finally making moves towards it, but wondered how the teachers, parents, and students perceive you at school being a stud. I get the stares and don't care too much about it, but teaching and children are what I'm passionate about. Was it? Or is it? Or is it trying?
Okay.
I'm not done.
No, that's the first part of the question. Then the next one, there's another question.
Okay, so you're going to answer that first.
Right. So I'm going
because that's for you.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and respond to that. How is it being a stud at my school? I'm good. I'm really good. It started out very rocky in that I was different. I was one of probably the 3rd black teacher hired in my school. So for me to come in, not only being black, but coming in as a black, gay stud, I know it shook up that building as big as it is. I started out where I always dressed as a boy, but now I am just like, oh boy. Before it used to be slacks and a shirt, but now I'm like slacks, button down, tie, all boy, men's shoes, everything. And
yes,
I approach.
My leg is very comfortable in my skin.
Very comfortable in my skin. And when I walk through those front doors, I am a teacher. I am not a gay person. I am a teacher. That's my job. That's my profession.
Wait, clarify that, because you say you're not a gay person. You don't.
I definitely don't shun who I am, but I don't go and saying, hey, see me gay. Yeah. I mean, when I walk through that door, I enter as a professional teacher.
Exactly.
And that's what I need you to see me as. I don't need you to see me as coming in as, oh, look at this teacher looking like a guy, because then you've taken all respect away from my profession. I've taught there for 6 years now, and I would have to say I had to develop relationship and trust with parents, with my coworkers, most of them anyway, and with my administrators. I'm sure it was a risk in hiring me because of how I present myself, but I'm happy they took that risk, because now I am one of those teachers that parents, or those high-class parents, request, because they respect me for the job I do and not my sexual orientation. I don't think that all parents have accepted me, because I still get the looks. I still get I still get those inquisitive questions as far as, oh, are you married? You know I ain't married. Come on now. I mean, you know I'm gay, but you're trying to be nosy in a very kind of going around the bush kind of a way. And I feel right now I'm at a good place. I'm at a really good place. And I'm not going to get stuck at this place, because I want the kids. I don't hide who I am. I don't tell them that I am gay, but when they see me, I know they see the male. They see the male image. Hell, they tell me, you remind me of my dad. You smell like the cologne my dad wears. They have seen my daughter, and they have seen Tonya, but they have never asked, who is that? And it's more of like, it reminds me of the Army. Don't ask, don't tell. That's what it really reminds me of. And God help me, because, dear Lord, parents ask, I do tell. I do. I don't have that from parents. But if kids ask, unfortunately, it's in the rules and in the contract that I signed that I cannot, kind of make that a public thing. So if I want to keep my job, then, I do have to follow by those rules, because I did sign that contract. But I am.
Is that about sexual orientation for everybody in school, or?
You cannot preach or teach you cannot preach or teach about it. It's the whole sexual thing. So it's not like, oh, you're gay, you can't say that, but that goes for everyone. So it's not just on me. But
So I'm gonna just
let's have dialogue, baby.
Chime up, because I was gonna say, for this person, they're asking you this question because I'm assuming they're seeking to become a teacher. Only thing for me that I would say when it comes to studs, period, taking that role and having a career, my opinion and my opinion only, and I speak my truth. I think some studs are overboard when they're trying to excel in corporate America, teacher, wherever you're trying to excel at. And I think it sometimes hinder them. However, if you're like my baby said, when he walked through those doors, he's professional. He's a school teacher. He's not walking in trying to be Mr. Macho Man. I'm this studly man, and I'm out doing all the other men, and check me out, look at me, brush cut. He don't walk in school like that. Mind you, there are some studs that walk around and try to have a job and portray that manly image. You are who you are, and you can have that look, but don't go above and beyond the Call of Duty trying to prove who you are to nobody,
stifle you,
because it will definitely hinder you from excelling in your career.
Yeah,
I really had to say that, because it's a lot of studs that have failed in that department from getting really good jobs because they don't want to just alter a little bit of who they portray on the outside versus who they are when it comes to having a job.
At the end of the day, you just have to be a professional.
That's what it's all about.
The voice you hear is the voice I give. The look you see is the look I give. And as long as I'm doing my job and doing my job damn well, can't nobody say anything to me, no matter how I look.
And I would also say this one little piece, that there are some people that when you're going into a very new job and you used to looking so dominant in straight men clothing, there are some unisex clothing that make you look in between, like, is she or is she not type of look, instead of going straight in with your suit and ties on, going with just some slacks and a button down, and just keep it like in a happy medium area till you get to that status of, I've been there 6 years, so now I can do this, and then no one's going to say anything.
Yeah. So
you have to kind of pick your battles wisely and be careful, especially the career path you're taking as far as becoming a school teacher.
And dealing with kids, you got to be real careful. Yeah. You have to be real careful. I mean, about how, like my baby said, I didn't walk in the front door with a tie on. I walked in with a button down and slacks.
Right. It took you years to get to that tie. You didn't do that tie since day one.
No. You have to build a relationship and trust before you can do that. That's pretty much it. I hope I answered your question. If you have any more, please feel free to send us a response to that.
Okay. Let me read the second part.
I can read that, baby, because that might be something you can answer.
Shoot.
Because the first one was to me, Okay. I know I'm long-winded, but my next question is, I recently moved to Texas from California, but before leaving, I met someone. We were kicking it so hard, friends that turned into something more. But our lives had us going in different directions, her schooling in Cali and mine here. We still keep in touch. It's just one of those things where if we were in the same state, we would be together, but circumstance don't allow us to. What's a stud to do?
I'm a firm believer, and this is just my opinion, I don't believe in long distance relationships. I don't. I'm sorry. I just think it kind of stunts that growth and getting to know the person. It can depreciate what you guys were building when you were in the same state, because mind you, she still have to have a life. She still want to live. She still want to go out. She still want to, do the couple type things. And if you're in Texas and she's in way on the West Coast, that's really hard to do. And sometimes the phone thing you can start getting a little wear and tear on the phone. Like, okay, well, I'll talk to you on the phone for months in and months out. When am I going to see you? And you have to make these sacrifices to travel back and forth, to see her see you, So to me, that could become an issue, and that's just my personal opinion. I would never date no one long distance. I'm selfish. I'm spoiled. I'm rotten. I need my mate in the same state. That's just my opinion.
And I think, baby, we're at a different state in our life. I mean, I don't know how young you guys are. And I've done the long distance relationship before. That's all I used to do because I used to enjoy the suspense. I used to enjoy that when we're around each other, that it's going to be happy, happy, happy. Now, if you're trying to build a relationship, a long-term relationship, and you guys are further on in your life where, you're about our age and you're trying to establish family and so forth, then it makes it a little bit harder. I thought she pissed on me.
She would not do that.
It makes it a little bit harder to know how each other is when you're in a different state, how it is to live with each other. So it all depends on where you are in your life. It sounds like you both are in school right now, and you're probably pretty young. So you can try it out. I mean, from my perspective, you could probably try it out. Because who's to say you want to get up and move to a state for someone, and once you get there, it's not all that it cut out to be, and it's not going to work.
They were in the same state.
They were in the same state, but now they're in different state, and they're going through their schooling. You probably can still maintain that relationship. And if it works out, great. And then once you guys are finished with your schooling,
if it works out, hook back up.
And then once you're finished with your schooling, if you want to continue being together, then decide on a place that you both mutually agree upon. And I think it's a personal preference, and we have our own insights on that. And you two need to sit down and discuss what's best for you.
And what your future holds for both of you. I mean, what are your plans after school? That's right. What you need to find out.
Right.
Are you that serious enough about talking about settling down? Are you going to stick it out while you guys are in school? Are you going to have this long distance relationship and be monogamous? I mean, it's a lot you have to ask each other. And again, that open line of communication you must have, because you can't assume what she's doing on one end and you're doing something on the other end, but you guys thought this is the way it was supposed to be. If you don't have that communication, you will be clueless and y'all will be left out in the cold somewhere. So I wish you guys well if you're going to have the long distance relationship. But
we're not flying upon it.
We're not
making any judgments.
I would not.
All we're doing is giving you our opinion.
Yeah. So just be careful about it.
Yeah, just be real careful about that.
You don't want to get caught up and get your little heart all hurt up.
There you go with that word little again. If you guys have noticed, if you want to go back through our segments, my baby used little.
And I didn't know it. My baby just made me aware of that a week ago or so.
Yes, she would say little about
I said
everything.
Little to everything. I even said little to really big things.
Right.
I didn't know I said that.
It's like, babe, when you want to go to the store, we can go to that little store. Baby, what do you want to eat? We can have that little thing. Everything is little. Watch. You see how many times she said little tonight.
Oh, God.
But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You're watching Trey and Tonya's Loveology. Season 2. Really? I'm going to so put her to bed. Episode 5. Princess, say hi to me.